Until now, viewers, at least in the last two elections, दिल्ली ने दिल से वोट दिया है, छप्पड़ फाड़ के वोट दिया है, sweep for the Aam Aadmi Party. Will the tables turn? The Aam Aadmi Party hoping to script a third win with Arvind Kejriwal taking oath for the fourth time. The BJP looking to end a 27-year drought in Delhi. And you have the Congress hoping for a revival. Let's cut across to our political panelists this evening as curtains come down on polling in the national capital. Joining me, Dr. Manisha Prem, political analyst, Aarti Radhika Jairat, senior journalist, political commentator, Akshay Marathe, spokesperson, Aam Aadmi Party, Dr. Anil Gupta, spokesperson, BJP, Javed Ansari, senior journalist. We're going to continue to give out the voting percentage. Till now, at 5 p.m. is what we've been given to understand. It was about 57.7%. Last time around, in 2020, the total voting percentage was 62.3%. Akshay Marathe, the Aam Aadmi Party right now with bated breath would also be watching the voting percentage.
No, Preeti ji, I think the voting percentage depends on a lot of factors. But the fact remains that we fought a phenomenal campaign against very severe odds. The odds were stacked against us from day one. Right from the way that the central agencies have hounded our party to how the central government has changed the laws that govern Delhi and taken powers away from us. Despite all of this kind of assault on the elected government of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party have shown the world and the country how to fight against the BJP's machinery.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a very proud Aam Aadmi Party volunteer today because I have seen how our volunteers are on the ground today and exposing every single shenanigan of the BJP and the Election Commission and the Delhi police, which was intimidating the voters who were clearly coming out to vote for Aam Aadmi Party. They were still distributing cash. And our people caught them and handed them over to the police.
So, Akshay Marathe, really, are you complaining or are you happy that and content with the way polling was conducted today?
I am happy with the way polling was conducted today, despite what the Election Commission has done today, which is an absolute shame for a democracy like ours. We need the Election Commission to be a neutral watchdog, to play the role of someone who stops parties like the BJP from intimidating voters, capturing booths, distributing cash.
So you feel that the Delhi citizens have closed the deal in your favor. That's what you feel, right?
Absolutely. And the reason is very simple. People in Delhi want an educated government. They don't like...
We'll know. Akshay Marathe, stay with me. We'll know on the 8th of February what people of Delhi want. Allow me to bring in our other panelists and I'll come right back to you. Dr. Anil Gupta, if you can hear me, voting percentage will be keenly watched. Number one, how confident is the Bharatiya Janata Party?
Yeah, good evening. Am I audible?
Very well, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think Delhi will vote roughly 65% and we are very confident. I was in the ground since morning and we have seen the mood of the voter. We have seen the mood of our voters. You know, Delhi has roughly 13,033 polling booths and all over the city, I have seen the people want change and I'm very sure that we will win. We were hoping for 55 plus, but comfortably we will win 45 plus. And one more thing I'm telling, I have been to this hot seat also. New Delhi, our candidate is in Kalkaji, our candidate is in Jangpura, our candidate is in, and this Patparganj, our candidate is winning. I mean, the people of Delhi are fed up with Aam Aadmi Party and development the corruption activities. They have taken roughly 6 lakhs crore rupees from Delhi citizen in the form of taxes for last 10 years. And what they have given, the corruption. You know, last evening only, the associate of CM Atishi got red-handed by distributing the money. All Delhi citizens have seen this. Now their corruption period is over. Their undevelopment period is over. I think BJP will comfortably win this election.
All right, you're saying 45 plus. You were hoping for 55, but it'll be around 45. But, you know, all of this is, you know, everyone can make predictions until and unless the voters speak loud and clear, which will be on the 8th of February. I just also want to point out, viewers, India today as a group is not conducting any post-poll survey or exit poll. So if you see, you know, something floating about on WhatsApp groups, or if you see something, I don't know why Javed Ansari is laughing, but I'll come back to him on this. But if you see something on social media, we have no part in this. I just want to say, but what we will do, we're going to dip in through the course of this evening and keep getting our viewers, figures which other agencies are polling. You know, that's just an intellectual exercise to deliberate over numbers, but we are not conducting any exit polls. Javed, I know why you're laughing. But to bring you in on the Delhi elections, what does it look like, Javed? It is one of the most intensely polarizing election that has been fought. There seems to be an ideological line that has been drawn in Delhi. Which side will weigh heavier according to you?
So I do believe that this is the toughest election that AAP has faced, much tougher than 2015 and 2020. This has been a very tough battle, but at the end of the day, I'd like to believe that the Aam Aadmi Party will edge it. I'm underlining edge it. I don't think they will romp home the manner in which they did in the previous two elections. If they do not get 250 or thereabouts, then I'm not so sure if this will be a very stable government, because the Lieutenant Governor and the central government will make life very, very difficult. And don't be too surprised if you invite me 6 months from now for an Operation in the aftermath of an Operation Lotus program, because that is what will happen.
Okay, so but Javed, I want to bring
you have to give it to Aam Aadmi Party. They fought a very good, very tough battle, but they are just cautiously optimistic, and I do believe that they will squeak through. If you want
are we getting ahead of ourselves in terms of already?
If you want to press me for an answer on what I was laughing, I'm willing to oblige.
No, I know why you were laughing. And, we have no qualms in admitting we might have got a poll or two wrong, especially in the recent past. But ultimately, we've had a great track record. This time around, we've just decided to keep away. But we're going to be discussing other numbers as and when they filter in. Like I said, journalistic inquisition, journalistic exercise. Manisha Prem is also with us. But Aarti Jairath, you're also smiling. I hope it's nothing to do with the exit poll comment. But largely, Manisha Prem, not getting ahead of ourselves in terms of predicting which government will come or which government will not. The larger question, Aarti Jairath, is there were various issues that this election was fought on. One thing that we heard echo in the last couple of days was the middle class. The middle class is a vote which is about 67% in Delhi. 53% of that segment voted for the Aam Aadmi Party in 2020. If we see a sizable shift in this election, which the BJP is wooing, it could very well be trouble for the Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes, it could, but it depends on the extent of shift. If we look at the difference between the Aam Aadmi Party's vote and the BJP's vote in 2020, it's a difference of 15%, which means there has to be a shift of about 8% vote from Aam Aadmi Party to the BJP for the BJP to actually make a dent and win. 8% vote is a huge shift. I don't know. Maybe they'll achieve it. Maybe they won't. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. As you said, we wait. On the 8th of February, we'll get the thing. But, what I want to really say about this Delhi election, and I've covered so many Delhi elections. I mean, being a resident of Delhi, being a journalist for so long, covering elections for so long, I actually found that this election was devoid of issues. Actually, the way the campaigns were run by all the parties, I mean, they were trying to outdo each other and offering freebies. Sheer populism, cynical populism, where the idealism with which Aam Aadmi Party came in 2013, 2015, 2020, on that whole anti-corruption movement, that idealism is completely gone. And the BJP, apart from showering, sort of abuses on Arvind Kejriwal and offering freebies, really didn't seem to have much of a vision to offer for the people of Delhi. Given the state of the capital, whether it's the air or the state of the roads or the state of the sewage or, the garbage piles all over, there was no real vision that I saw the BJP put forward. And as far as the Congress is concerned, I mean, the less said about the Congress, the better. As I think you said right at the beginning, the Congress maybe is a vote cutter, nothing else. So we'll have to see that 15% difference between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP.
Right. But Aarti Jairath, if the Congress does turn out to be a vote cutter, then it will be a lot more than just a vote cutter, because it could pull away that election from the Aam Aadmi Party as well. But we'll come back to that, discuss it. I want to bring in Dr. Manisha Prem. Dr. Manisha Prem, Delhi is a fascinating election each and every time. Where do you think things stand as curtains come down on polling? Once again, we'll give out the figures. And, why am I going on stressing on the figures? Because the polling percentage could be key in terms of analyzing and understanding the voter turnout. Right now, 57.7% at 5 p.m. In all probability, it should cross a percentage or two more than the 62.7% was there in 2020. Dr. Priya.
Yeah, I mean, I know you gave us a statutory warning, let's not do the numbers, but you ended telling us the polling percentage at close of day and where it might land up in terms of the increase. Remember, we have some past evidence of the numbers increasing from anything to anything. So I would very much believe that what you stated to be the possibility of increase is a normal possibility of increase, and it should just rest there. That will increase the confidence of the voters and the robustness of the electoral process. One of the things that I saw today.
So, Dr. Priyam, you're saying if it touches 70% voter turnout, then you'd think that's an anomaly?
It is an anomaly, and we'll keep quiet. Remember, I'm a resident of Delhi, and our voice ends where the anomaly begins. We are not here as experts to explain or defend anomalies. Those who do anomalies defend it, not us as normal people. Or, one of the things that I noticed, and I'd like to commend the Election Commission for it, is that the process was very smooth, very well organized. And because as voters, we are so much more aware now of what the 17C is going to be like. I saw each of the party BLOs with numbers of total voters on the booth divided by man and woman, and they were writing up as a roll call of numbers went by. They were writing up. The booth level officers who were deputed were also striking down, and I checked up my name and my image as I cast my vote, and I found that they had done the right thing as far as deleting or crossing out. So all of that seemed very robust. No crowds, the police really polite and decent, and political parties really far away from the polling booths. So nobody doing last minute exhortations. I also checked up the VIP New Delhi booth at North Avenue. Very delightful. NDMC had deputed its own officers and the green plants, etc. So I would say the Delhiites got a feel of the royal and good city they live in, and voting has been a good exercise. I've also been checking up from what Delhiites like to call the underclass, but they are our friends, our staff, our assistants, and people have, in the underclass, there's a lot of change of residence because of change of precarious jobs, and people have traveled distances to be able to cast their vote. And what I see is that the Delhi voter today is a rational voter. It's a very, very mature voter, and women have been able to exercise, influence their men to say that, look, my Maika was here, my Sasural is here, and they've traveled long distances to cast their vote. And let me conclude by saying one thing that we have to remember: this middle class that we talk about is not really the middle class that we think otherwise. This middle class largely lives in unauthorized colonies of Delhi. Delhi is 73% unauthorized and poor, and not the rich middle class that we see in propaganda or in advertisement. So Delhi is really a city of the poor, as it has been since time memorial, when Hazrat Nizamuddin realized that the city needs to serve its poor. And that's what the motto of the city still remains.
All right. I'm going to go to Akshay Marathe in just a bit, but Javed, I want to pull you back into this conversation. Like I said, the basic narrative right now is how much is the middle class going to pull away from the Aam Aadmi Party, and is the core voter of the Aam Aadmi Party, which is the lower income groups and women, still intact?
I think they're largely intact. The lower income group is largely intact. Sheesh Mahal and all this hasn't affected them. I spent some time in the Jhuggi Jhopris close to where I live, and their response to it is, so what? I mean, everybody does it. At least even if this guy's made money, we've also benefited. So the beneficiary class is not bothered. The ones who will be bothered, and I'm very interested in looking at how much of an effect has Sheesh Mahal, Liquorgate, and the 12 lakh rupees tax exemption given by the central government, how much of an effect it has had on the middle class. That and the women voter, that will be instrumental in my view.
Well, you are right there, Javed, and the BJP is hoping that the Sheesh Mahal, the corruption charges actually cut in where at least the middle class or the higher middle class is concerned, and not the lower middle class, because that's, where we consider middle class as a monolith, but it's not so much like that in Delhi. Listen in to reactions coming in right now. Manoj Tiwari speaking to India Today.
दिल्ली की जनता को क्या कहेंगे? बस दिल्ली को कहेंगे कि आज दिल्ली को बचा लीजिए. दिल्ली को झूठ, लूट, प्रपंच, छल, भ्रांति, भ्रम ऐसा करने वालों से बचा लीजिए. 5 साल के लिए आप मोदी जी के डबल इंजन के साथ एक बार दिल्ली को अपने बच्चों के भविष्य के लिए, अपने भविष्य के लिए, आने वाली दिल्ली के लिए ऐसा करके बस देख लीजिए. यही मेरी प्रार्थना है. दिल्ली को पूरी तरह से विकसित दिल्ली हो. बच्चे 9वीं में फेल न हो, बच्चे 11वीं में फेल न हो. हमारा चेहरा बचाने की जगह बच्चों का भविष्य बचाने की जद्दोजहद हो, उस दिल्ली के लिए. और सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है कि दिल्ली की गली में नाले का पानी न बहे, दिल्ली की गलियां टूटी न हो, दिल्ली की गलियों में जाते समय लोगों को राष्ट्रीय राजधानी क्षेत्र में रहने का सुख हो. उसके लिए आज वोट करेंगे और ये सब हम करके दे देंगे. ये हमारा संकल्प बता रहा है.
All right, I'm going to bring in Akshay Marathe, but before I do that, I'm going to quickly turn around to our election intelligence dashboard to give our viewers a sense of how Delhi voted the last time. One thing is clear, 62, it was a sweep of 70 assembly seats. But let's break it down region to region and give you, an understanding on why certain regions could be crucial this time. There are 7 Lok Sabha seats where Delhi is concerned. Each Lok Sabha seat has 10 assembly seats attached to it, viewers. That every Lok Sabha seat has 10 assembly seats attached to it, making 77 Lok Sabha seats, 70 assembly seats. Let's quickly turn around and see where New Delhi was concerned. Where New Delhi was concerned, of the 10 assembly seats in the New Delhi Lok Sabha segment, all 10 was swept by the Aam Aadmi Party. Let me also take you now to South Delhi. Out of that, Aam Aadmi Party won 9 and the BJP got 1 seat where South Delhi seat was concerned. Now let's quickly move on, and the Badarpur was a seat which had gone to the BJP. Let's move on now to West Delhi. In West Delhi, it was a complete sweep by the Aam Aadmi Party, 10 on 10. New Delhi, you've seen, then Northeast Delhi, out of 10 seats. This is where the BJP had made massive gains. 3 out of, not massive, but that's where out of the 8 seats that the BJP won, 3 had come in from the Northeast Delhi segment of the 10 assembly seats. East Delhi, you take a look at that once again. East Delhi, out of 10, the BJP had won 3. BJP in all has just won 8 seats in 2020, and 6 of them came in from East Delhi and Northeast Delhi. Chandni Chowk, once again, taken in by the Aam Aadmi Party. Akshay Marathe, what could be really troubling this time is also, because of the riots, many suggest that the BJP is getting the benefit of the 2020 riots in 2025. And the reason why, it is the Northeast belt, which you had about 7 seats, many of them could go the BJP way this time, because the Muslim minority vote is possibly gravitating towards the Congress, feeling disillusioned by the Aam Aadmi Party. So East Delhi and Northeast Delhi in question, especially where regions are concerned.
Preeti, I'll answer that question by building upon the point that Manisha Priyamji made about the voter of Delhi being, on average, and the underclass of the city, and about 73%, she said, is the urban poor of Delhi. And the Aam Aadmi Party is feeling very good about its chances, because in the last 10 years, this class of people who have actually suffered at the hands of a very feudal mindset have got dignity at the hands of the Aam Aadmi Party government. I've worked extensively in the Delhi government schools. For the first time, the parents of children who study in these schools, they might be ready patri walas, they might be women who work in our households. They got to enter their child's school. The teachers talk to them respectfully. The principal talks to them respectfully. They had sewer lines built in their neighborhood for the first time. They had water pipelines built in the neighborhood for the first time. So the idea of dignity that the Aam Aadmi Party represents for this urban poor of Delhi is what really powers the Aam Aadmi Party. And one final point I'll make about this aspect is that, the upper class of Delhi really enjoys the services of the Zomato delivery drivers, the Swiggy delivery drivers. Your Blinkit 10 minute mein saman aa jata hai. But these drivers, this underclass that services the entire city, Arvind Kejriwal takes care of their families. He allows them to send their kids to good schools. He serves them by giving them mohalla clinics for free. He gives them free bus rides for the women to travel to their workplaces. So this is the kind of welfare that Aam Aadmi Party has brought to Delhi, and it really makes
Okay.
me emotional to talk about it, because that is what the party is about. It's the Aam Aadmi Party. It is the party of the common man. And
Akshay
that's why we are
Marathe,
very confident of winning this time.
allow me right now to quickly dip into some of the data which is now filtering in when it comes down to the polls that are being conducted by various agencies. And we're going to quickly break that on the network. Once again, we as a network haven't conducted any polls, but we're giving out data which has been, now, which has come out. Polling has stopped across Delhi, and the data which has been released by other agencies. And Akshay Marathe, it doesn't look very good for the Aam Aadmi Party. Every poll is practically giving Delhi to the BJP, and not by a small margin, but by a massive margin. Let's take a look. Matriz, Aam Aadmi Party, as per Matriz, is only going to get 22 to 31 seats. The BJP between 39 to 45 seats. JVC, BJP, Aam Aadmi Party, 32 to 37 seats. BJP, 35 to 46 seats, which is neck and neck. People's Insight, 25 to 29 seats for the Aam Aadmi Party, and the BJP, 40 to 44 seats. Chanakya, 25 to 28 seats. BJP, 39 to 44 seats. People's Pulse, just 10 to 19 seats to the Aam Aadmi Party, and 51 to 60 seats by the BJP. P-Mark, 21 to 31 seats for the Aam Aadmi Party, and the BJP, 39 to 49. And you can see the Congress there practically becoming a spoiler, at least as per these polls, in many of the seats there, where Chanakya's strategy is actually giving 2 to 3 seats to the Congress party. Not looking good, Akshay Marathe. It actually seems it's an exact turn. I don't know why you're smiling, because if I was going to look at these numbers, and if I was the Aam Aadmi Party, I'd be shattered, because it looks like the BJP scripting what you did in 2020, where some of the poll numbers suggesting the BJP getting as much as 51 to 60 seats.
I'll tell you why I'm smiling, Preeti, because the Aam Aadmi Party has systematically been undervalued at exit polls. Except for the last 2020 election, 2013, 2015, even in Punjab, where we won a landslide of 92 seats, we were consistently underestimated. And even beyond what Aam Aadmi Party has faced in exit polls, you just look at Haryana, look at Maharashtra, look at the last Lok Sabha election. So the track record of exit polls is, unfortunately, it's lost its credibility. And so anybody who watches this today can only smile and allow the
Akshay Marathe, I'll tell you, exit poll numbers actually made you sweep Punjab the last time. In 2020, nearly every exit poll did give you a clear edge, and some of them even predicted the numbers that you got. Yes, 2015 was where most exit polls got it wrong. But if these numbers are concerned, and I'm going to play the numbers out again, it doesn't augur well for the Aam Aadmi Party, Akshay Marathe. Let's put out the numbers again.
We are still confident.
All right, we're going to get in that. There are more agencies that are coming in with their numbers. We're going to give that out. Go ahead, Akshay Marathe, and I'm going to quickly bring in our guests.
We are going to get more than 55 seats. And Preeti, I also request you that when you show these numbers, you also show the past track record of the agencies that you are showing the numbers of. I know you are not doing a poll yourself to protect your own credibility, but then also tell the viewers that these agencies that we are looking at, what was their track record in the last few elections? People should know that also when they're taking it into account.
You're well within your rights to question exit polls. Like I said, this is data that we are giving out by certain agencies that have carried out an exit poll. I want to go to our political analysts. Aarti Jairat, doesn't look good for the Aam Aadmi Party if exit poll numbers, not ours, but we are looking at multiple polls that are coming in, but they've all got the same trend, which is BJP ahead.
So, exit polls, 2024 was a really bad year for exit polls, really bad year. They got it all wrong during the Lok Sabha elections. They got it wrong for the Haryana elections. I think the only election where they managed to turn the tide and get it right was the Maharashtra election. So I really don't know today, at the end of that 2024, now we're in 2025, where do we stand as far as exit polls are concerned? I would say it's very, very difficult to make an assessment based on these numbers. But yes, what I will say is, and this is something that I was hearing for the last 1 month in Delhi as I went around, it was a very, very tough challenge. There's no question about it.
But Aarti Jairath, I get the fact that, maybe one agency could get it wrong, but if you see consistently, and we're just updating our numbers and we're giving it out there, these are multiple agencies, you could get the numbers wrong. But they've all got the trend right. And Manisha Priyam, you want to weigh in? Every exit poll right now that has released data.
Can I just add to that?
Yeah, you can. They seem to got the trend.
So if you go back to the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, there was a trend that they all predicted, which was the BJP getting a majority, which did not happen. If you go
so you don't believe these? So Aarti Jairath, you're saying you don't agree with these numbers.
The Congress winning, and the Congress did not win. The Congress lost.
Aarti Jairath, the numbers that are coming in Delhi, you agree or you don't agree? Do you agree with the trend that the BJP is ahead?
I would still, hold my bets because I got very rattled after 2024 as far as,
So you're going to hold the jury on exit polls. Manisha Priyam, each and every agency that has released numbers right now seem to be getting the exact same trend, which is the BJP way ahead of the Aam Aadmi Party.
I think it's for the agencies to defend what they've said, what they've done. No idea of what are their numbers, etc. I mean, look at the Metri's range, a difference of 10 seats between the lower and the upper. In a 70-seat assembly, you're talking of a 10-seat.
But Manisha Priyam, if you look at the lower limit of the BJP, even by all these agencies, even if you look at the lower limit, the BJP is comfortably forming government.
Everybody has said, lower and higher.
No, I'm saying you look at the lower of the BJP.
I'm just saying that if you look at the exit polls, yeah, sure. But the lower limit and the upper limit are different by 10 seats. In a 70-member assembly, I don't know how you can, if the margins have to be much lower and thinner. So maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong for them to defend or sustain themselves.
That's for them to defend. How are we looking at it? Once again, I will bring in, our other panelists. We also have, Aarti Jairath, we have Akshay Marathe, we have Javed Ansari as well with us still. All right, Javed Ansari, the numbers that are coming in right now from various agencies where exit polls are concerned are not looking good for the Aam Aadmi Party. Each and every agency is seemingly giving this election to the BJP. The trend for all agencies is pro-BJP.
Yes, if at all these numbers prove true. In the past, if experience is anything to go by, we've seen that numbers can be way off the mark. So I would keep my powder dry for the moment. If at all these numbers are true, then the BJP has pulled off nearly the impossible, because bridging a 14 or 15 percentage gap is a huge achievement. But provided these numbers are few, I don't even know, I've never heard of most of these, barring Chanakya, I haven't heard of any of these agencies. So I do not have any empirical data to go by on what is their track record and then what was their poll size, etc., etc. And as Manisha ji pointed out, in the 70-seat assembly, if the difference between the lower margin and the highest margin is 10, then there's perhaps they need to take another hard look at their strategy and their methodology.
Okay.
So I would suggest let's not commit the same mistake.
All right, let's wait and watch till the results. Okay, let's wait and watch till the results come in on the 8th of February, viewers. But if these numbers are any indication of a trend, and we're just looking at a trend, then it's definitely an anti-incumbency trend and pro-BJP, because even if you look at the lower limit, the gap might be over 10. But even if you look at the lower limit of the BJP, at least as per these agencies, the exit poll shows the BJP forming a government. And each of these polls have shown the BJP ahead. So there's no anomaly in that. The trend is exactly the same for each and every agency.